Okay, so Derrick got here to film today, bro, and we have a little bit of a situation. Say hi to the people. There's a dog in front of the recording.
A cute little old
A
lady.
cute little old lady. We have no idea who it belongs to.
That man trimmed, pretty.
So, we're gonna figure this out, and then we'll be back to filming. We'll see y'all in a second, bro. We just got done filming, y'all. Look at it. It's here.
Look at the doggy.
We left it with some water. We gave it some food while we were filming. I do want y'all to know we did not just film and leave it out here. You know what I mean?
Doggy.
We did not just film and leave it out here. We actually gave it some stuff to chill with out here. We gave it a water. We gave it some food. I think Derrick's gonna take it to like a vet that checks for chips.
Yeah, I gotta see where it's
Yeah. So, yeah. We'll update y'all next episode, letting y'all know if the dog found its owners.
Cute little doggy.
See, I hope y'all enjoy the episode. Peace. Podcast. Update for the pod, y'all. We found the dog. It was one of our neighbors. What you gotta say to
the
people at
neighbor.
home?
If you find a stray dog or a lost dog, help it out. Scared.
They're scared.
scared.
They don't
know what's going on. They probably, and okay, chances are they won't bite you. Chances are, I don't know. You'll be all right.
That dog was good people, bro.
How about dogs, man? And it was fun. It was a fun adventure.
That dog was good people, bro.
It was a fun adventure.
That dog was good people. Not only it didn't bite us, it was very nice. It came up, it let us pet it. So dogs
Everything. Pet it, grab it, play with it.
Dogs are usually like that because they're domesticated. Yeah. So if you see a dog outside in your neighborhood and it has a collar, it has a little, because that one had a little bit of clothes too, as you saw. You take it inside, you give it water. If you have the right kind of food, give it some food. Also, we make sure to publish it on social media. Maybe they'll find it. Give a walk around your neighborhood. Try and see if you can find whose it is. Be a good Samaritan, y'all.
Dogs are people too.
AI isn't though. Peace out.
What's up, guys? Back here, your favorite podcast, the DBI podcast. I'm your host, Derrick, my co-host,
Tomas.
and yeah, I mean, y'all saw the
intro, yeah.
Bro. Like, I get here. Let me just tell my story.
All right.
I get here. You know, I'm walking around my car. I see a little face poking out behind my car, looking at me, and I stop. I literally stop dead in my tracks. And the very first thing I do is I grab my phone, even though I'm right in front of Tomas's house. I didn't want the little face to scurry away. So I call Tomas. Tomas is already at the door, thankfully.
Yeah, because I was gonna let you in.
Bro, it was this sweet little old dog. And yeah, bro, we spun it around the block, carried it around the block, fucking sat outside for like half an hour, and now we fed it, and now it's just chilling.
We're trying to figure out whose dog. Actually, by the time you see this in the intro, we might have already had a little update video. But we're trying to figure out what's going on with the dog right now. We're filming this. After we're done filming this, I think we're gonna take it to the vet. Maybe we'll figure out what the situation is. I don't know if y'all really peeped in the video. It belongs to someone, clearly.
It definitely, yeah.
It has a little bandana with lemons on it.
It's groomed. It's friendly. Like
it belongs to someone.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try and figure out who it belongs to. We're gonna try and help it out because we're good people.
Bro,
we fuck with dogs.
Shit was so funny, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, this shit only happens to me, bro. Yeah,
bro. like this is now part of the lore.
Y'all don't know, but like everyone always says that like my house always where the fucking weird shit happens, bro. I had a cat in my engine earlier this month, bro.
That was fun.
We had to like literally sit there all day trying to get the cat out. It was bad, bro.
But yeah, that was our morning.
That was our morning. We should have been done filming this episode by now, but hey, we're starting now because of situations, unforeseen situations.
Yeah. But yeah. That was pretty funny, bro. Amazing dog, by the way.
Amazing, chill little guy.
Dog.
Didn't bark, didn't bite, nothing. Just sat there, just pet it. Great guy. Or lady.
But yeah, so that was cool. I mean, y'all saw the dog.
Y'all saw the dog, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I guess we'll get into our new segment.
Like real podcast stuff, not just dog attacked us randomly.
Not just dog lore. New segment as per usual. Actually, I'll start off with the tattoo, guys. I finished it. It
looks
hurts.
A little off right now.
It hurts. A
Crazy
lot.
Swollen.
I got so it took 2 days. The first day we did a lot and it hurt a lot. Second day, which was yesterday, last night, I got the shit done. But anyways, music as per usual. I have some projects, and neither of them dropped like this week or anything, but they're both very great, just great projects.
Yeah.
One I actually have not listened to all the way through, by James Blake. It's called Trying Times. Go check it out. Came out earlier this month. I think it was the 13th. Um, very good. From what I've heard, and from the like from what I've heard from people, and from what I've heard myself, I like both songs that I heard. Anyways, also oldie here. Pray for Haiti by Matt Kami. I was actually talking to Tomas about Matt Kami the other day. Go listen to it. It's like definitely my favorite Matt Kami album. It honestly rivals a lot of the best Griselda projects I've ever heard. And he's not with Griselda anymore, but he still works with them. So yeah, executive produced by West Side Gun. Just an amazing album. And the cover, I didn't even know until literally a few days ago, is actually a Basquiat painting. And then
Mm.
they got somebody to, because Matt Kami has this thing where like he never shows his face, so he always has a bandana on, and he's Haitian, so I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm not gonna say anything incorrect, but I think it has to do with Haiti.
Yeah, you think?
Yes. I
All right.
think I think
I respect
I
it.
could just be lying to y'all. But yeah, so the Basquiat painting is like of this, Basquiat is also half Haitian, so it's supposed to be cultural, and it has Matt Kami's bandana over its face. So very cool stuff. Go
Very
check it out. Just
interesting.
fun facts, fun facts. But amazing music. James Blake, amazing music. Go check them both out. Go check them
Go
both
check them
out.
out. Sounds that whole album cover sounds very interesting.
It's cool, colorful. It's slightly altered from the original. The original is not as vibrant. It's not, the colors aren't as saturated as what Matt Kami's
Yeah.
cover has, and it also has some other colors on it. But yeah, it's this cultural painting, has a figure,
Yeah.
and it's interesting. It's weird. It's cool. It's Basquiat.
Yeah,
It's
album
Basquiat.
covers not only
Yeah,
not only is Basquiat really cool, but album covers in general really cool. Love analyzing them.
yeah.
We should probably do an album cover episode where we just talk about some of the best. What goes
Oh, I
into
was thinking
make
about that the other day.
Yeah,
Actually,
like
yeah.
what goes into making great album cover, the best album covers, that kind of stuff.
I'm actually I think I don't know what to say, but James Blake Trying Times album cover, bro, it looks like a bunch of sticks
Is
with
that
like
also another one that's
with
like,
like plates on it, and he's in the background. I'm assuming it's him in the background. Looks fucking insane, actually.
yeah,
Yeah, bro. So both of the albums that I just recommended, show some love to the album cover. Just check them out. It's
show some
cool.
love to
It's
album
cool shit.
covers. I
It's very
know
cool shit.
nowadays we just open Spotify and listen to the tracks, but take a good gander at the cover.
Yeah,
I
bro,
know,
dude,
I
they're
know
so cool.
a lot of y'all don't buy CDs anymore. A lot of y'all don't buy vinyl. A lot of y'all don't buy any of this stuff, so you don't have a physical copy that you could stare at. But when you're listening to it on Spotify, like click the little thing to make it the wallpaper and just look at it. Just give
Yeah.
it a good look. Be like,
It's
what
cool.
is it? Because the artist put a lot of time into it.
It's part of it.
It's part of
It's
it.
part of the
A
album.
lot of artists put a lot of time into it. Some of them look a little funny. Some of them look beautiful. And I think all of them deserve love.
Exactly. Like you don't
Even that
discredit the song name,
who had the Toy Story cover, bro?
huh?
Who had the Toy Story cover?
Oh, was it Gucci Mane?
And this is Gucci Mane.
Dude, Gucci
Yeah.
Mane has some of the worst
No,
albums
no, no, no,
covers
no.
of all time,
I was say
bro.
even something like that. That's art, bro. That shit funny as fuck.
That is dope. But
Like
yo, Gucci Mane's album covers, bro.
I could
He's
imagine Gucci
different,
sitting in
bro.
the studio laughing like, yo, what if they put me on Buzz Lightyear, y'all? Like I can imagine that. It's funny.
Yeah,
And
Gucci Mane was on a run, bro. He was on a fucking
100%,
run.
100%. But it's also art because damn
It's
well
dope. It's dope. It's dope.
they had fun making it. So yeah, like genuinely show some love to album covers.
Yeah, go check some
Go check
music
out the
out. Just
projects
listen
that
to
Derrick's
something new, guys.
promoting.
Just listen to
Yeah.
something new.
All right. Getting into the do you have any other big news? Because I have two. I have two, one personal news and then one news that more segues into the episode.
I mean, nah, I don't think so. I mean, the tattoo, the music, as I usually do. Not much else. Just take care of yourself.
All right, the day is Wednesday the 25th,
25th.
March. And today I'm gonna go watch Project Hail Mary at 6 p.m. One of the most anticipated movies of the year for me. You know, like I remember when I first saw the trailers for it back in like 25, back I think we watched Marty Supreme around that time, like December. I saw trailers and I was like, eh, Ryan Gosling looks really interesting. Probably isn't gonna be that good. I was
Mm-hmm.
kind of off. I was like, it might be fun, it might not be great. But ever since like the early screenings and stuff like that, I've heard amazing reviews about it,
Bro.
and I've been really excited to see it for the past like I'd say 3 weeks, 3 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And now that it's here, I'm gonna watch today. We'll see. We'll see if it lives up to the hype.
I've only heard positive. I have only, in fact, not only have I only heard positive, but I have only heard that this movie is phenomenal. Like
100%.
like amazing. The performances are great. The just everything. I haven't heard a single anything of negativity from this movie.
Usually I hear positives online, and then IRL in my real life with people I know, I don't hear anything because I feel like the people I know just don't watch movies.
Yeah.
It really feels like that. Like you know a lot of people, and they like just never go to the theater anymore.
Yeah.
So
I just wait for it to be on Netflix or
yeah, so I usually try and listen to like the online what people are saying online to be like, okay, you guys are excited for it, I'm gonna go watch it. Or if I see the trailer and I really like the trailer, I'll go watch it.
Mhm.
Those are my main two ones. If the internet's hyping it up, I'll go see it. If I saw the trailer and I really liked it, I'll go see it. Also, if it's an adaptation of something that I already like, I'll go see
Right.
it. There's like a
Right.
few
Right.
criteria that I meet when it comes to what movie I'm gonna watch that month or that week. And this one has actually been getting praise in my personal life. I know
Really.
people who have been reaching out being like, yo, Tomas, you're like a movie guy. Go watch this one. It's really good.
Really. I've seen two people that I know that have talked about it and said it's peak.
I've four.
Damn.
I have four. So and two of them reached out to me being like, yo, you should go watch it.
So everything's looking good for this
So
movie.
everything's
Looking
looking
up.
I'm really excited
Now,
to
to
go
be
see
fair, the
it.
trailer did look amazing.
Yeah, no, I remember when I saw a trailer, like I said earlier, I saw a trailer and I was like, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be an amazing, earth-shattering movie, but it looks like it's at least gonna be fun, and
Mhm.
at least gonna be a good Ryan Gosling performance. It's gonna be a movie that is enjoyable. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Maybe not
Yes.
earth-shattering, but then it came out and people were like, no, it's earth-shattering. I'm like, oh, okay.
I
Guess
kinda
I'll have to go watch
I was
it.
kinda in between. Like, I saw the trailer and I was like, "This definitely seems like it takes itself seriously enough where it can be one of those contenders for the
Mm.
year, like, easy
Yeah,
contenders," but at the same time, it seems like it's gonna be, like, cool
I
and
didn't
dope and
think so.
fun
You
and
know,
interesting.
I didn't think so. Everything that I got from the trailer was kind of like, this is gonna be a fun movie. It's gonna be an enjoyable movie,
Interesting.
but it's not gonna be like a critically acclaimed masterpiece.
Okay.
And then it came out and it's a critically acclaimed movie. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was off. Not only was I off, but people are still saying it's fun.
Mhm.
I'm there.
Oh,
That
okay,
sounds
okay, okay, okay,
awesome.
okay.
I'll be there. The main thing is people are saying it's beautiful. I've heard a lot of people compare it to
Yes.
Interstellar. I'm like, and The Martian, and I'm like, okay, those are kind of interesting comps. I guess all three of them are in space. So
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see just because of how the trailer went, right? I'm
yeah.
excited to see if it's like if it has those notes of symbolism and using of metaphors or having this be a story to then you sit down and you think about it. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
When I saw the trailer, I didn't think that like very much, but now that I'm hearing that it's very good and I'm assuming now it really does take itself seriously, and then Ryan Gosling on top of that just being great.
Just being Ryan
Yeah,
Gosling.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of expecting for it to be like I can sit down and be like, not only did I like this movie, but I appreciated this movie.
Okay, yeah,
That's
no,
kind of
no,
where I'm
no,
at right
yeah.
now.
That's what I'm expecting now,
Yes,
since I
exactly.
saw
Me too.
the people talking about it. Beforehand, I was like, oh, it's gonna be fun. Like I've said 1,000 times, it's gonna be fun. Not great. It ended up being great.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna watch it. I'll let you know if I think it's great.
Yes.
Probably next episode in the news segment. If it's good enough, I'll tell Derrick to go watch it, and we can have a whole episode based on
But
it.
then I wanted to when I saw the trailer. I wanted to when I saw the trailer. So
So
I'm planning on it.
we'll see, y'all. We'll see.
But
Getting
wait,
actually,
I actually have one more thing that I
go ahead.
completely
Go ahead.
forgot.
Go ahead.
Because I was actually listening to the James Blake album. There's a song with Dave, and this is other song. This other album, it actually came out in October of last year. But regardless, just listen to "The Boy Who Played the Harp" by Dave. If you like UK drill, if you don't like UK drill, I think it has a little bit of everything for everybody.
Feel like UK drill is one of the most like made fun of genres.
It is, I think.
I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
bad personally. I'm just saying one of the most made fun of genres.
I'm picky when it comes to it, but I like it. And Dave is probably listen. I know Stench is probably the biggest face of the UK scene right now. But and as much as I do like Central C, I think Dave is more skilled. I think he's the better rapper, but they're both good musicians in my opinion. But yeah, just go check it out. Came out last year, October, but it's cool. It's
No
cool.
take from me, y'all. I don't listen to enough UK drill to really have a solid like
Yeah.
bad good opinion.
No,
I'm
no,
just
I think it's
yeah.
cool. And Dave, you know, even though he's in the drill scene, he's like he came up off this song called Location. And like he's not like going in full like Central C level, like, you know, like freestyling like on that type of timing. And then on this one, he also like there's melodic performances from Dave. And he also
Okay.
worked on James Blake on that album too on a song. So it's good. It's good. And I mean James Blake production. Again, I'm new to it, but it's
Check it out, boys.
good.
Check it out.
Good.
But getting into the thick of the episode.
Y'all saw the thumbnail.
Yeah, y'all saw
Y'all
the thumbnail.
know.
Exactly. And I'm actually going to start it with a news, but this isn't in the news segment anymore. It's more a news that leads into the episode.
Yes, this
Crimson
Kickstarter.
Crimson Desert. Everyone's seen it. Everyone's heard of it. If you haven't heard of it, you're probably not as much into the gaming scene. But if you are into the gaming scene, you've heard of Crimson Desert.
You've heard of it. You've seen the gameplay.
It's been killing it on every platform. It's been killing it everywhere. Like, it's to the point where I remember the first person that told me about it was actually Raymond. Raymond's like, "Yo, let's go." He's like, "Bro, let's go split seas on it," because me and him game share. He's like, "Let's go split seas. You spend 30, I spend 30. We get the game." And I was like, "Oh, let me look into it first. I don't want to spend $30 in a game that I know nothing about."
Right.
Looked into it and I was like, "Oh my god, this is my perfect video game. This is this is what I always want in a game. Open world, like very open world, non-restrictive. If there's one thing I hate,
very large.
If there's one thing I hate, it is Ubisoft open world. That's what people like to call it. It's the whole like the HUD is full of a billion little things, and there's like 40 different waypoints in the game. And you use tutorial for absolute press A to jump. Like I know how to fucking jump, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's come on. But this game very much just lets you go, lets you be free. It's like I heard an analogy that this game is like manual versus automatic when it comes to driving.
Okay.
I like my manual open worlds where it lets me do what I want instead of kind of locking me into this kind of stuff. So I was very excited, and then boom, controversy hit. The controversy that you always dread. It's like for people who aren't into gaming and you're more into like cinema or you're more into music, it's like finding out your favorite artist is a pedophile or a rapist. It's like that's that, but that's the equivalent for gaming. Finding out your favorite game used AI.
Especially recently.
It's like, I love this game, it uses AI. Fuck!
Yeah, and I gotta fucking boycott
now I gotta delete it.
Yeah.
I was enjoying it so much. And crazy analogy, by the way. Y'all, my bad.
Which, I mean, to be fair though, to bring light to that,
pedophilia is worse than AI.
Yes,
I just
of course.
need to throw that out there.
But that's how people treat it. Yeah.
Crazy. Let's lock it. Let's bring it back.
But it's good that that people actually act on that though. I do want to say that. Like people like, you know, as much as you hate, you know what I'm saying, like to delete a game that you're enjoying.
Not even, bro.
People get to it. People hear that's AI and it's like, okay, no.
I have one thing I do want to say, but I'll save this one for later when it comes to like the whole how people react towards AI.
Okay.
I'll just keep it.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say generally. We're gonna talk about it more later.
Yeah, there's
I dislike how some people. Yeah.
And that like, oh man, that made me want to throw myself out a window.
Okay.
But getting back into the swing of things, huge controversy. They were using AI. Specifically, they were using AI in certain paintings across the map that you could find. And people noticed because the paintings had like the animals would have like 7 legs, and there's people with 4 legs and like 3 arms, and it was, you know, the usual AI bullshit. And you'd see that all over the map, and people started posting it on Reddit, being like, "Oh my god, they're using AI art." The dev team already came out and addressed the allegations and everything, saying, "Yeah, it's AI, but they didn't mean for it to be there." Basically, what they said, it was supposed to be a placeholder for assets, which I know this is a little bit controversial. I actually don't mind that use of AI because an artist, again, as we'll get into right now, one of the biggest problems that exists in AI is artists losing out on jobs. Artists who, by the way, make better art than the AI anyways. And they're losing out on jobs because they're being replaced by AI. And an artist isn't losing a job if you use a placeholder. That's perfectly fine. While you're making this game, you have the AI art as a placeholder. You get the artist to commission it. And while they're still making it during the commission process, you can use that placeholder. And then once they're done, you add the art into the game. You get rid of the AI art. I don't mind that usage that much. The problem is it stayed in the game post-release.
Yes.
And people saw it, and it was there, and artists did not get an opportunity to have their art in the game. That was the real sticking point and the real problem that people had with the usage in the game. And again, all a good segue to talking to our first topic about AI, artists losing their jobs because of AI usage.
Yeah. I just want to bring a different gaming example as well.
Go ahead.
So we brought this up already with Arc Raiders, and the use of AI with the voice lines, like calling out like Anvil or some shit like that. Whereas all the actual cutscenes, like, you know, after you complete certain tasks and certain missions, all of that was real voice actors in their, you know, dialoguing. But what Arc Raiders was doing, the studio would still pay the people, but they would use their voices to just do little trivial things, right? Like the pinging system was the only thing that they used it for. So like, if I'm gonna point out like a gun or some ammo or something like that, they use AI for that. But all the actual cutscenes, it was actually used. They switched, so they went back, and
So
now every line is voiced,
that's good.
right? Which I do
Nice.
prefer, but I feel like there I was kind of 50-50 because it's like, yes, pinging is part of the game, but the whole point of a voice line is for it to have emotion, for it to be human. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? And there I was kind of 50-50 because there were some people that were like bashing the
Yeah,
game.
I that was me. I was
And
bashing the
I was
game.
like, I was kind of because it's like, okay, of course I prefer what they've done now. Absolutely. At the same time, it was really just me calling it an anvil. And then on top of that, people were still getting paid. Um, which gave them time to work on more significant roles, right? Rather than going in for 3 hours and then saying anvil 14 times. But regardless, I wanted to bring that up because the whole problem with AI is, well, not the whole problem, but
Yeah, we're gonna get into a lot
one
of the
of the
problems.
main problems where all the others derive from, um, is the loss of jobs.
Yeah.
And I don't mind losing, people losing jobs. We lose jobs every day, every year, and that's normal. That's just how life goes because technology, runs, and like there's no reason why you're gonna have somebody
I
fucking
mean, the milkman profession
like,
doesn't
yeah,
exist anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, there's just no reason
Yeah.
for that. But when it comes to AI, there's certain things specifically in art that you can't replicate. You can't have a machine do it. You can have a machine draw a line. You can't have a machine give you a painting because the point of a painting is that a human made it.
Yeah. The
You know
soul
what I mean?
behind it.
That's kind of the whole point. So my like big problem with AI is like if I came and told any of you and I was like, "Hey, I'm here to take your money and give you the bare minimum of literally whatever you like, and that's that. I'm never gonna see you ever again, and I really don't care about the product I'm giving you, but it's gonna be okay." You're not gonna wanna
Not
work
gonna
with
want to
me.
work with you.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That like the whole point why I'm using that example is like when Tyler the Creator, he was like, "Yo, like people that don't like really love what they're doing, you're taking up a spot for the next guy that actually cares." So now AI is taking a spot for the actual artist that actually cares about what he's doing and is actually gonna leave an impression on this game. Again, like I've said a million times, with movies, with gaming, with sometimes with painting, although not often. Um, the point of it is that it's a collaborative process.
Yeah.
It's a collaborative process, and listen, if you don't like that, there's plenty of art forms where it can just be one person and that's that. But if it is a collaborative process, and the whole point of having people in is not only to get to work, but to have an influence on what this lasting piece becomes, and that's the beauty of it. Why are you going to take away the
Yeah,
humanity?
there's something beautiful in the collaboration
Yeah.
process because you get a bunch of people, they come together and they all have shared experiences and they put their shared experiences into this art form that everyone is doing together. Like when you make a really good example, Sinners. I
Hmm.
love using it because me and Derrick love Sinners. I'm pretty sure it's your favorite movie, right, of
Yeah.
all time. I thought it was the best movie of last year, so great example. All of these actors had similar experiences in life as Ryan Coogler, and that made them very passionate about Ryan Coogler's movie. So when someone like Michael B. Jordan shows up and gives his input on this movie, it's him having a shared experience with Ryan Coogler saying, I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing for us. I love what you're doing for our people. I love what you're doing for our culture. I want to help. I want to have my input. I want to have my experiences in this film. And then Ryan Coogler could be receptive to that and say, I see what you're saying. I see you coming in with your experience and you're adding to this project. Now it's not just Ryan Coogler's movie. It's Ryan Coogler's movie that has Michael B. Jordan, his experience in it. And then also same thing with all the actors, all the makeup crew, all the everyone, just everyone involved in the project.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so beautiful. It's all these shared experiences come together to make one thing.
Yeah. And then
You lose out on that with AI
exactly, you lose out on that, and then
because you're
on
getting
top
rid
of
of
that.
people who are in the process.
And then on top of that, right? And this is all like for people that really care about the art, this second half is all secondary, but it's still significant, bro. Then you're taking away the empowerment of having Michael B. Jordan in your film and be able to
Yeah.
experience that. And then on top of that, the whole point of putting these things on is because you want them to be the forefront.
Yeah.
You want your movie to be the biggest. right? And not only because now my vision is in front of everybody and now everybody can see and get this viewpoint, but on top of that, now I'm bringing everybody else on and I'm putting everybody else on. Now this person's winning an Oscar. Now this person's getting a nice check. Now he's making history. And now I'm empowering, and then we keep all the art and all the success in while giving different people, new opportunities, new choices. So now it's kind of like the whole idea of supporting local business. You
Yeah.
want them to do good, so you're gonna empower them. Yo, I'm gonna buy your product. I'm gonna post your product. I'm gonna get you to work in my movie, Michael. Yo, because Michael B and Ryan Coogler are already boys. He was like, yo, Michael B, I want you to be a part of this. You know what I
I saw a
mean?
funny little video of Ryan Coogler. It just came to my mind. That's why I'm smiling.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a really funny video. He was collabing with a guy like on TikTok. Whatever.
Okay.
But
Is it Jordan the Stallion? Yeah. I love those guys.
but
But
yeah,
yeah, like not only are you ridding everybody of being able to work on it, but you're ridding everybody of the experience, bro. Like, and
the process of being there. Yeah.
let's take Sinners for example. It is a cultural movie. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have every single black implication under the sun, and it doesn't have like every single black struggle under the sun, but like it then goes and wins everything, and then people have pride in
Yeah.
that,
And
and then that again empowers not only the people on the set, right, as in the producers, the people that are work, the cameramen, the actors, Ryan Coog himself, and the screenwriter, who is also Ryan Coog, right? In other cases it wouldn't be the director, but regardless, then you're encouraging everybody that relates,
yeah,
you're
and
empowering everybody that relates, and you're building your community up. You know what I mean?
the cultural aspect is really important too because AI doesn't have culture.
It
AI
doesn't
can't
have
understand. AI
culture.
doesn't have soul.
This
You
culture,
know.
the closest thing it has to culture is like brain rot. And like
That's
Google.
not that's not even culture. AI doesn't have AI
Like,
because AI isn't a I know all of you watching this aren't idiots and you know this, but there's some people online that I feel like they don't. AI is not an actual like thing that
it's
thinks.
not a
It's
being.
generative.
It is not a
It
being.
is not a being. It's
It is a
generative.
computer.
It is a computer, but very important is generative text.
Yes.
It is like literally just spitting out things that AI doesn't even understand what it's saying because it has no concept of understanding. It's
Yes.
just throwing out things based on what it's coded to say, what it's based on. It's generative. Very important. So AI doesn't have culture. AI can't
Yeah.
understand what it's like to be of a culture, of a people, of anything. So when you're making a movie for Black people, for Hispanics, for Asians, for anyone, it's supposed to represent the culture. It's supposed to make people of that culture feel seen. AI can't do that because it's
In
not.
any
It doesn't
way.
understand it. It
It can give
doesn't.
you the words.
But
It
it
can give you
doesn't
the words.
understand it.
There's no meaning behind the words.
Exactly. It doesn't
Like, you know what I
understand
mean?
it.
It doesn't. So I feel like that's definitely my biggest problem when it comes to these large scale things. Because again, bro, if it's that deep to you and you don't want to fucking work with anyone, go do something
Don't
else.
do
Like
something. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, and it sounds harsh. It sounds
Don't
harsh,
do a
but
collaborative
I'm gonna keep it a
experience.
buck.
Yeah.
Be a painter. Be a writer. You don't need anybody else. You
But
may need to contact somebody to publish it,
it's like saying I want to play basketball, but I don't want to play with other
but I
people.
don't want to play with
Then
other
be a
people.
1v1. Like,
Like,
it's
you know what I
not.
mean?
Yeah.
That's a huge
You can't
problem that I
want to
have.
pursue collaborative team effort, but not have a team. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
exactly. And it's easy. I'll be fair, right? I'm biased, and it's easy for me to say because how I've always been as an artist, right? Although I enjoy collaboration,
Hey,
um, I've never been I ever since I really started realizing how I work, I'm very, very picky about that. I don't work well with most people, and when I have an idea and I'm gonna take it seriously, right? And it's meant to be my idea and encompass who I am. I'm not gonna work with anyone. So sure, it's easy for me to say, don't fucking do anything collaborative, but it's the harsh truth. If you're gonna make a movie, you have to accept I'm gonna have my part, but I need the cameraman. Like let's say the cameraman twitches at one point and it just happens, and then it's like, wait, that looks amazing. Or your artist your actor improvs. Wait, that's
that's
amazing.
amazing.
You're going into it understanding that. I think this could turn into a really ugly world where there's beauty in the fact that people have exactly what they want. You know what I mean? Like if I have computers to do exactly what I want, and it could even help, say, some indie films. Like let's say you just had a team of robots and maybe it was more cost effective for you. Sure, that could
You don't
help.
have to pay the robots.
Yeah, like you don't have to. You
Oh
just
man.
yeah. Like in that regard, it could be beautiful because it could maybe be a little easier, a little more accessible for people to get up. But bro, when it comes to the big picture, what are the Oscars going to be for anymore? You know,
Yeah,
like like what this
Chat
whole movie,
GPT in the run for the
dude,
Oscar.
this whole
Like,
movie is gonna be this one guy. That's it. Like you know, it can turn into a really ugly world where like you have no collaboration.
speaking on, because we're talking about film right now, I do want to just throw this out there. I saw a comment on, because my whole Instagram feed at this point is just like, I'm getting a call. But my whole Instagram feed at this point is basically just like, oh, hey, look at this film stuff. Look at this up
Mm-hmm.
and coming. You want to be a director, blah, blah, blah. Like, your feed is like
Yeah,
tailor
yeah,
made towards you.
yeah.
And there was one about this guy, and he was a filmmaker, and he was just talking about stuff. And one of the top comments is like, "Too bad you're gonna be replaced by AI in a few years."
Bro.
What? And then someone that when I see a comment that like stupid, it has like 500 replies, 2 likes. I gotta see the replies, right? So I clicked on the reply. Someone tore them apart, and then the top reply was, "Bro, you don't even need people anymore. You could just like generate Timothy Chalamet and just throw him in your movie." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "No, you can't."
Nah, but
Because the
that's where it's
AI,
going though.
but
That's
the
the
thing is,
problem.
you can't do that because the AI wouldn't be able to replicate. Let's just say Timothy Chalamet. That's the example she used. Let's just say he wanted to improvise a line that wasn't in the script. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, I can't
No, no, no,
improvise. Yeah,
but
I can't.
exactly that's the problem that I'm getting at here is like that's a whole other side of the thing. It's already been in the conversation of say like an actor, right? Let's say Timothy Chalamet, even though he would never do this. Um, say he sells, right? He sells his rights, the rights to him
Mm.
being in this film, and then think about how many. That's why I say it could become such an ugly world because think about how many big name actors, how many few big name actors there's gonna be, and then on top of that, what they're gonna start doing is I'm gonna start selling my facial and my
They're
being,
gonna be in everything.
and then you're gonna be in everything, and they're actually not gonna be doing anything though. They're gonna be sitting in their multi-million billion-dollar house,
No,
sitting down while their people are using AI to make 20 films of them where they're not actually in it. You know what I mean?
they would never do that though because imagine how scary it is to have your rights just out there.
Well,
People will
the
put
problem
you
with that
in
is it's already happened.
anything.
It's
I
already
know,
happened.
and that's why I
And
wanted.
there's no laws. Well, there's one law to AI right
And
now,
hold on,
but
and that's why I wanted to
that's
dispute
why we
what you
need
said
like laws
earlier.
for AI.
What you said earlier about them using AI in arc raiders, that's why I want to dispute what you said. I don't agree with you. I think it's completely wrong that they used AI for their voice lines. Not only is it lazy, and I'm gonna say it how it is
Fair.
it's slop and it's lazy and it has no soul behind it. The extra part
Mm,
is you're setting a bad precedent. You're setting a horrible precedent. It is so scary the idea that the actor just signs a little thing and
mm,
then they use AI to generate their voice for other things or generate their image for other things. Because what how does that extend to let's say dead actors, dead
mm,
people? We're gonna put dead people in things now. They can't tell you, yes, I want to be in this. Their estate can, but who the fuck is their estate to decide whether or not they want to be in something? That's a bad precedent for
happens in music,
that's the bad precedent
fortunately.
for abuse victims, right? We have actors that have come out and been like, "Hey, I was being abused by my family. They made me be in projects when I was a kid that I didn't want to be in."
Hmm.
Now, what does that mean when this child actor that's being abused by their family and by their agent and stuff like that, being forced to do projects they don't want to do? What happens when they sell the rights to AI?
Yes.
And now
Yes.
they put this kid in everything.
Yeah.
I think it just sets a horrible precedent to let let teams like Arc Raiders get away with, let's just use AI as voice lines. It's like you crack the door, giving them an opportunity to just swing it open,
See, that's the
especially when
thing.
there's no laws right now.
In an optimal world, I have minimal, as long as it's intentional, minimal problem with certain cracks. For example, right, in Arc Raiders, your raider isn't supposed to have an identity per se. Yeah,
Mm.
they let you customize them. They let you have the skins, but that's the whole reason with the expedition system. Like Arc Raiders is very nuanced because if you look at it lore wise, your raider isn't a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like for example, in Marathon, which go play Marathon by the way, it's fucking amazing in my opinion. It's been great. When you're playing as Vandal, you're playing as Vandal. She has a personality. When you're playing as
Mm.
Assassin, he has a personality, and that's that. I played Destroyer, but you know, noted. In Arc Raiders, you have this expedition system, and what happens when you send them on an expedition? They're gone. They're not coming back. You're a completely new raider. You may still look the same because they let you customize it. So it's like in that situation, that's why I was 50-50 because it's not supposed to be so personal, right? You have to know that they're human, sure, because they are human, but it's not supposed to be so personal. Now, if you're gonna give me AI voice lines for Vandal, no, she should have a certain voice inflection. Destroyer should have a certain voice inflection. That's why it was 50-50. I like that they like retraced and made them voice act everything, but I'm a little more on the fence about that one.
Again,
I don't completely hate it. I don't like it, but like, exactly what you're saying. That's the part that I hate is
I
that
don't
people are
agree.
gonna
I
run
don't
with it.
agree. I don't agree with what you're
People are
saying
gonna run with it.
because sure, you're sending your raider out on an expedition, and now you have a new raider, but there's only like 6 or 5 voices you can choose from in the game, right?
I shouldn't know. Yeah, I think it's general.
There's like a limited number of voices you can choose in the game, and you can go and choose a different voice for your raider after you make a new one. You can choose
Can you?
the same voice. I'm pretty sure you can when you customize them. You
Interesting, I didn't
you
remember.
use a different voice, you use the same voice, you can do whatever you want with the voice. But the main important thing is that there's these limited group of voice actors that they have chosen to be the voice actor for each of these voices.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to give the best performance they can give to make each of these voices feel great, feel like they have soul, feel like they have passion behind them,
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
feel like the character in the game. Not only is AI not going to do that,
But who's that character? That's the question.
your character. I make my character, I give them the voice that I like the most, and then that's my character now. And when I hear that voice, I'm thinking about my character.
But the character, that's the point. The character is supposed to be you. When you're playing, you have your own play style. They want you to kind of implement yourself into that character. You're supposed to be the raider. They let you customize them, and sure, you can make it seem like some old granny or whatever. Like my guy's an old guy.
Wayne.
Yeah, my guy named Wayne. He's an old man, and it's like, yeah, I'm playing as Wayne, but Wayne is me. That sounds insane.
Wayne is me. Yeah, no, but
Wayne
Wayne,
is
is
me.
you, yeah. Wayne is you on our creators, and that's your alter ego, kind of, on our creators, right? And
I wasn't playing that. I'm sorry.
But it's
man.
true, it's
That'd
true.
be fucked.
It's like when you make a character in a video game, sometimes it's not you, but that's your alter ego when you're in the game, right? Wayne is you.
It's so funny. Bro.
That's your alter ego.
It just sounds funny.
But that's your alter ego in the game.
Yeah, but
And you choosing this voice makes it feel more personal. Now you hear Wayne talk. Now in your head you can imagine what Wayne sounds like. And when you replace
Wayne's that guy, bro.
and when you replace it with AI, not only does it lose the passion, you're losing Wayne when you replace it with AI.
Hey, no, that's fair.
You're
Man, I
losing
understand
Wayne.
that. I understand that completely. That's why I said I'm on the fence. Like, I'm not like, okay, I guess the cutoff for me is I'm not gonna boycott the game because of this. There's other games that have done it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing. Like, I'm just not gonna play.
I would have boycotted the game if they would have kept the voice lines in and would have sat that. If they would have like doubled down and been like, yeah, we're not. It's not so bad that it's unforgivable, but like again, with an apology and removing it, for me, that is enough. Where I'm like, okay, you understand what you did, you removed it.
Yes.
Maybe you don't understand what you did, you just did it for profits. At least you treaded back and you set a new precedent. Instead of saying the president of like, hey, we could use AI voice lines. You said the president of, no, we can't use AI voice lines because the community will go in major uproar.
Yeah, and I respect that.
And again, I don't respect our creators for it. I respect y'all at home.
Yes.
I respect the people that consume video games that decided, you know what, we're not going to play video games with AI. If you have AI, you're going to either apologize or we're going to drop you. We're drop you on your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
which again, some I disagree with because some are very radical. But I love that.
What do you disagree
We've been doing it. No, like there's some people that say like this game should fail because this and
I'm
that.
with that.
And the devs shouldn't fucking get another job ever again. Like it's like some people are just really, really, really. You have that in everything, right? But like I heard it say, and I was like, oh wow, that's a really. I don't sit with that, but I do love that. Like I'm happy that we have that small group occasionally. If we have all these people that actually care, like that's one thing that I haven't seen in many other industries when it comes to AI.
I'm not against the radical.
Like gamers have been locked.
I'm not against the radical ideas. The devs, the only problem I have there is the devs never working again. The devs don't always have a choice.
Yes.
That's why I'm kind of like, some of the devs are forced by higher ups to make certain decisions. But yes, if a game uses AI to a blatant degree, I hope it miserably fails. I hope the company folds.
Yes, fair.
I hope the company folds. I am someone that thinks unethical business practices should be more than enough for me to root against a company, boycott them, and want them to fail. And that's how I feel about video games that use AI. Because I think AI is a moral wrong when it comes to art, as we've been talking about. Again, we've only really touched on AI's lack of soul, lack of meaning, and the loss of jobs. I do want to add one little tidbit to really not wrap up, but really put a bow tie on the idea of AI. again, we can keep talking about it if you want, but really wrap up the whole idea of it not having a soul is art is all, and when I mean art, I mean everything: movies, paintings, music. It's all just artistic, like human expression. You know what I mean? Like you sit down and anything you consume, it is someone talking about something, whether it's
that they've experienced.
whether
Yeah.
it's me making a movie because it relates to my experience as a man, a Hispanic, a first generation immigrant, like a bunch of stuff, right? That relate to
Yes.
me. Or you listen to artists and they're talking about their struggles and they're this and they're that. Every piece of art is human expression. AI is not human. AI cannot express itself. AI does not have experiences. Therefore, AI art is not art because it's
People
not
just like-
anyone's experience.
Yeah, exactly. AI art doesn't exist.
AI art doesn't exist
It doesn't
as an
exist.
art form. It's not art.
Yeah, and you really could have stopped that. It's not human, but you
But
know,
also-
I like that you kept going because some people really don't.
It's not any of the. It's
Get
not
that.
any of the words. It's not expression because the AI is expressing itself. It doesn't have experiences to express.
Yeah.
It's also not human. Let me put it like this: if you put a actually, my humanities professor said this pretty well. Humans are the only species that does art because if you grab like a hippo and you put paint on its face and it runs into a wall, that's not art because there's nothing behind that.
Mm-hmm.
The hippo isn't trying to tell you something with that.
Right.
So it's not art. Therefore, humans are the only species on Earth that can make art.
Mm-hmm.
So AI, again, since it is not trying to tell you anything with it, it's not really making art. It's making a cheap imitation of something that another human already made.
Imitation.
Imitation. That's what it does.
Yes.
It's like when you give fucking a monkey, you paint a monkey's hands and it's just like fucking,
Yeah.
it's like when he grabs shit, it's just speaking the shit on the wall. That's what AI does. But yeah,
shit on the window.
shit on the wind. I think
Yeah.
Raymond said in one of the episodes how we had him on. We were talking about how expensive certain art forms can be, and I was like, Raymond, you don't need anything. You can just like shit in your hands.
Oh yeah, you did.
Shout out Raymond.
yeah,
Y'all. Let us know if y'all want to see Raymond on more
Yeah.
episodes.
It's good. Like yeah, I saw like a seal and they painted its nose and it just like pressed it up against some paper. I just thought I'd throw that out there because that's exactly what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
Like they literally just painted its nose and the seal just like.
But the seal isn't trying to say
not-
anything
yeah,
with
it's
that, so
not.
it's not. And again,
Yeah.
for me, something to
Just doing shit.
I think we said this in the first episode of the podcast. We tried to say what we thought art was, and over the months of filming and learning more and expanding my knowledge base, I think I've changed my definition. My definition
Really?
is my clear cut definition of what art is something, anything made that is expressing yourself or an experience of yourself or anything like that, anything of that nature.
By humans.
It's not that it has to be by humans.
Well-
it's that it's only from humans. If tomorrow a giraffe spawns in and it has
Spawns in.
and it can speak and it could express itself, then I guess it can make art.
Anything with
It's
a conscious.
Anything with a conscious. Well, not
Well,
even. It's just anything that when it makes something, it's actively making it as a form of expression.
Right.
It's that simple. And AI can't do that. Therefore, AI art is art, in my opinion.
The conscious. Do hippos know they're alive?
We should. This is why we need Raymond on because Raymond's a scientist.
Yeah, he would
and
actually
Raymond
give
can tell
us
us
that, man,
whether or not.
fuck.
But you can't say hippo. You say hippo, he won't know. But then you say sharks. Nobody
No,
sharks.
no. But hippos like they like water. It's close enough.
So he'll know 50-50.
He'll know 50-50.
You'll only know when they're in the water. When it's standing on land, he doesn't
Yeah.
know anymore.
They probably don't think very much when they're on land.
I think they do.
I think they just literally just run at shit.
I think. I don't even think I'm a hippo.
Hippo out of water.
Uh,
But no, I agree with everything. And I think that was pretty good to wrap because I mean with the job shit, bro, I could go all day. I think like there's very few things that I tend to
text my
be
mom back while you're saying
like
it.
disgusted about, because you know I tend to try to get every angle of a situation before I formulate an opinion. But AI, I think is and has always been very straightforward. I think if you have this
I have to text my
robot to
mom
make
about
a
the dog.
painting and you don't pay this person to make a painting, I think that's pretty straightforward. I don't think there's much to
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
A
Like, yeah,
person,
you're doing
a person
something
with
not
actual
cool.
expression lost
Yeah.
a job
Yeah.
to a generative thing that can't, like it's not good.
It's kind of like you attack it from any angle and you reach at the same. You know what I mean? Because then if you look at it like, oh well, I want this to actually mean something.
It's also
No.
funny to me how young people, a piece of technology is really, really bad when young people don't like it.
Yeah.
Young
The
people,
generation of technology.
the way I see
Like
it
we
is,
grew up on phones.
young people usually like the technology and old people hate it. If it's the other, not to hate on our old folks that watch the pod. If it's the
Right.
other way around, it's a bad piece of technology. If old people love it and young people hate it,
Yeah.
it's
It's
just
because the only other like technology that old people like is shit that benefits them, and we don't care. Like,
that
cool.
we don't get AI,
Cool.
but the AI doesn't benefit them. I think it's the reason why they love AI and we don't. I think it's a political thing.
You think so?
Not to get too much into
I
it, but
I don't know much about that.
I think it's a political thing. I think certain political figures that old people tend to love and young people tend to hate
Oh,
push
okay, I
AI
got you.
hard because it
Fair,
enriches.
I can see that divide. I can see that divide for
Yeah.
sure.
It's just because AI, the only people that really benefit positively from AI in art is rich people.
Fair.
The rich people who own the AI companies.
But
They're the only people who truly benefit from it.
yeah, but I mean, I think that's it for me with the jobs. Again, bro, I could go all day, so I'm just go ahead and stop myself, man.
By the way, I want
It
to know
really is disgusting.
every single one of these
disgusting.
categories are gonna have the through line of AI has no soul, and that's why it's bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
getting into the next topic of importance, it's not even that this is the next one that we planned. I just really want to talk about it because Derrick said this the other day and I found it really intriguing.
Okay.
When I was proposing this episode to Derrick, he said if he saw something along the lines of, I'm not going to quote him. I don't remember exactly what he said.
Okay,
but
I know. You're
he
gonna
said
say
if he
it.
saw
Yeah.
and he went to a museum and he saw a piece of art and it was made by AI and it was in the museum, kill himself on the spot.
Dude, I think I would like throw up and then die of dehydration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how other people don't say kill yourself on the internet. They're like, no, commit non-existence.
Yeah.
No, kill yourself.
Unalive. No. Genuinely, like,
On this podcast, we say kill yourself. We say murder. We don't. Yeah.
like,
I think it's disrespectful to use the weird terms.
again, and I don't say this about much. I really don't. And if I do, it's either because it's very straightforward or I spent a lot of time thinking about things, bro. And like, you go to like, bro, it's I'm here stammering because even the thought of this genuinely does disgust me. You go to a museum where the whole point is this is somewhere to rejoice, to enjoy, to explore, to understand things. There's a reason we have excerpts next to these paintings, next to these sculptures. You know what I mean? There's a reason that museums are everywhere in the world. There's reason for that. And you're gonna go
Message me
ahead
about this dog.
and disgrace that by throwing something that has no meaning, no reason. It has no show of technique at the very least, because there's nothing wrong with a piece not having 20 million different factors in it. You know, like there's a reason EPs were so popular, and it was artists getting their skills out. You know what I mean? There's reason behind that. And if I just want to show a technical masterclass and that ends up in a museum, that's beautiful enough because that comes from somewhere. At the very least, that comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
Bro, to sit here and type into ChatGPT or have a robot, like there's one thing if you're, say, an engineering student, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you build this robot and you want to make a robot that can, say, perform a certain task, right? Say it was make a painting, make this amount of lines, make this shape, make this creature. That's one thing. Listen, that's engineering beauty, right? You're a robotics genius, and that's amazing. And you should be in a museum or somewhere, right, where that type of thing is appreciated, right?
Yeah.
But to give me an AI painting and throw it in a fucking museum, bro, I haven't been to many museums, but my whole life feels like a museum at times because I'm always looking at art. And sometimes I'm looking at things like there was a point in time where I got really obsessed with Alec Monopoly, bro. And I was looking at all his shit. There's plenty of paintings that are in museums worth hundreds of thousands of dollars that I would love to own. And you're telling me you're going to put a ChatGPT painting next to that? No, I think that, bro, that's like it literally me coming over and not only shitting in your house, but digging straight through your tile and planting a fucking nuclear bomb and just detonating it. It's disgusting.
Let me add some to that.
It's disgusting.
I've been to some of the world's best museums. My favorite is, I'm a real basic motherfucker. My favorite's the Louvre. And one of the best experiences of being at the Louvre is you see a painting, and no, you know what? The best experience is seeing a painting that you already know. You already know the history. And it's
Oh,
like, I know
yeah.
that motherfucker, yo. I had that with a few sculptures and
Yeah.
a few paintings where I was like, I know that guy, yo, what the hell? And then hearing the person tell you the story behind it, and you're like, that's it. But
You look into the guy next to you, he's like, yeah,
another
I know
great
that guy.
experience is not knowing a painting and then having your tour guide. Yes, you should get a tour guide when you go to museums because they explain the.
Yes, the meaning. Right.
But get the tour guide to tell you this painting means this. This painting came from this. Painting came from that. A really good example that I remember from the Louvre is so the room that has the Mona Lisa has like two major paintings.
Okay.
It's a room like this, like imagine a regular room, and on this side, the far wall, we have the Mona Lisa.
On the front and center, no?
Yeah, it's like the only one on this side.
Okay.
The Mona Lisa is like this big, so it's like you know, very. There's a big crowd of people that you gotta get through. It takes a minute.
Yeah.
And then on the opposite side, the opposite wall of the Mona Lisa, you have this massive painting, like wall to wall, massive. And you see it, and it's like, oh, it's really impressive. That's really cool. What makes it even cooler is the story you get behind it.
Okay.
It has this crease going through it. It looks like a crease at first. Crease going through it. And then the tour guide told me, that it's not a crease, it's a cut.
Okay.
Because Napoleon tried to steal it. And when he tried to steal it, he got a little scissors and tried to cut it so he could take it in pieces.
Okay.
And hearing the backstory, I was like, oh, that's really fucking sick.
Napoleon touched this.
Napoleon was here. Napoleon tried to get them to. This painting was so important historically that Napoleon, a guy who conquered a majority of Western Europe, a guy who is considered one of the greatest generals of all time, conquered modern Europe, not in the age of like there was a billion empires and there was with rifles and with not modern, but
he was in
closer to modern than you'd think.
Yeah.
A guy that's so important that a whole period of time when it comes to warfare is named after him.
Yes.
And he cared enough about this painting where he had to cut it and said, I need this at the crib. Ski, we gotta take this back. And that was just really cool hearing that. And that's what the experience at the Louvre is like. You get all these paintings and then they'll be like, insert random important historical figure either painted this or tried to steal this or tried to own it or bought it or had it at their crib or anything. And it's just like, that's so cool. You don't get that with AI art because the way, instead of someone had to paint it and then it got stolen, with AI art, it's I generate it, I press two buttons, I print it from my printer, I put it on the fucking you see what I mean? Like it's just you lose out on this historical context, you lose out on the story of the guy who painted. Like, let me put this. Van Gogh's paintings are beautiful.
Yes.
Is that why we love them? Partly. The main reason why most people in the modern day love Van Gogh so much is because of the struggle behind the paintings, the story of Van Gogh. It's so fucking compelling that this guy, who is now considered one of the greatest artists of all time, he struggled his whole life. He struggled. He never got his flowers in his lifetime. He suffered from mental illness. He would paint them from the inside of psych wards. Like it is a compelling ass story. AI does not have a compelling ass story because AI is just generative little numbers. It's not a person. It didn't paint it from the inside of a psych ward. It didn't paint it at all. It just generated colors.
Just put ones and zeros up there. Yeah.
Yes. So you're missing out on everything that goes into art history. You're missing out on the background of the artist that made it. You're missing out on so much. And then to put it in a museum, what the fuck is the tour guide going to say? This painting was made by ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And that he printed it.
I think that's a critical part. I think that's one of the
very important,
most significant things that leads people to not care or something like that. I want to say specifically what you said about the process. Think about this, right? Sit and think about it, because the most mundane of things can reveal so much, right? You type into chat, you come up with an idea, you type it into ChatGPT, a prompt, make this guy hold a pomegranate and like be halfway, like be mid twerk holding a pomegranate with his right hand, right? In a museum, fuck it. Then you press enter. Then it brings up a picture. Then you print it out. That's it.
And if you need to get a reference, you need to get, but can you get butt booty naked and hold the fucking papaya so I can paint it?
Like when you're reading on Google, like let's say you look up something about emotion and you're reading on Google, you don't feel for Google. Like Google's telling you, oh, this, and this about depression. You don't relate to Google. You know what I mean? Why do I say that is a lot of people don't understand, and this is fine, right? This is fine. Not everybody's an artist. Or chooses to go out and be an artist, right? A lot of people, most people, I'd say, don't understand how actual art comes about. They don't understand that, like, Tomas fucking sits in his room and twitches for 3 hours and then comes up with something greatness. They don't understand that we fucking look at walls and we're sitting there in class looking out the window. I'm looking out the window all fucking day in class thinking of some shit, and it's because of actual people don't understand the
Holding to the
process.
anime character.
Like, no, bro. All right, fuck you, bro.
No, I'm just hating.
Like people don't understand the process, and that's okay. But I think that is the number one thing that leads people to be like, it's just AI. No, it's not just AI. It's not even close to just AI.
Can I add about the process?
No, because I sit here
No.
and I put labor in, not only physical but mental, and you have to listen. There's a certain level of intelligence you have to get to certain things. Kendrick Lamar is a very intelligent man. There's a reason he's made masterpieces. You know what I mean? There's a reason a lot of these guys, like Lil Wayne's a smart dude, bro. You know what I mean? Van Gogh, smart dude. Like
That's a
Ryan
topic
Coogler,
for
smart
that's a
dude.
topic for a whole nother day, bro.
No, I get it, but people don't get that.
People don't get that, and I would love to dedicate a whole episode to that.
I think that's the number one problem with
you tell
people
Lil Wayne is
thinking
smart.
that AI.
You tell me Lil Wayne is smart, like Lil Wayne is smart, and I'm like, yes, he's
Yes.
smart because
Yes.
he did things within that. He understands music better than even certain PhD scientists understand music.
There's a reason these people get like honorary degrees. Like there's a reason IDK.
They are literally professionals in their craft, bro.
Incarcerated at a very young age. This guy named IDK. Go listen to Even the Devil Smiles. Fuck it. Mid-episode news segment. There's a reason this guy named IDK at a very young age, he was incarcerated. And this guy taught classes at Harvard. This guy barely finished high school. This guy got done with high school. He's never been to college. He's teaching classes at Harvard because he's a genius.
He's a genius at what he does.
Exactly.
But the thing is, we got to understand that every professor of every university, of everything, not all of them are going to know every single subject.
No,
They're
of course.
masters at what they do. They're professionals at what they do. And that's what a lot of artists are. So I just wanted to throw that out there because we could dedicate a whole episode to like Lil Wayne isn't smart. I also think that has to do a little bit with racism, but that's a topic for another day.
No, I mean, it has a lot that goes into it. Because of the images that these people put out, they think that, and don't get me wrong, not every single artist that's putting things out, like I'm gonna go, out on a limb here. He's a smart guy, but he's not putting in the same amount of attention to detail.
I disagree. I think
as someone like Kendrick.
He's a marketing genius.
No. He is. But I'm talking about the art.
But I will say every for example, because we're talking about intelligence.
This guy named Larry June. He has said before he doesn't think all too much while he's making his music, right? That's not to say he makes less impressive music or worse music, but he approaches it differently. And just that small, minute detail is gonna make people think, oh, so being an artist isn't that hard? Like the process isn't that difficult? No, it's extremely difficult. That's why we take offense when we see AI. That's why I would literally puke on an AI fucking anything in any museum with an excerpt that says ChatGPT.
AI coat.
Like,
well, how mad would you be if you saw it?
It's disgusting.
How mad would you be if you saw an AI coat?
Now, I'd hate it, and I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? I'm more offended immediately because I am in the visual arts by things like paintings. Like, it's one of the most important things in history. And you're gonna give me AI, and you're gonna give me AI. No, stop. But I did want to throw it out there. I think people don't really understand that process, and so that's why when they see these things, because at the end of the day, it's just a product to them. If you see a painting in a museum, you're like, oh, that was made and that can be bought, and it was made by somebody that thought something. Oh, ChatGPT making me a poster, ChatGPT charging me a subscription for me to be able to make photos. It can be bought. This is just something that was made by somebody. It's not that simple.
That's a problem though. Like everyone nowadays thinks that everything is a product and everything is for profit. Not everything should be for profit. Not everything should be a product. Moving aside from that though, I do want to say two things. First of all, I want to talk about, you said the process. Yes. And you didn't talk too much about the process itself, but it's not that process. I'm talking about a process that's actually good and helps people. My process doesn't play 40% of the games, but no Joel Embiid. Hey, he's going. I
like Embiid, man.
I like Embiid. I just the memes are too easy, bro. He only plays like 2 games a year. It's way too easy. But no, yeah, W Embiid. Love some Embiid. But getting back into things, I want to talk about the process of actually making art. ChatGPT and most AI in general that does generative art cuts out the entire process. Like I said, bro, if I wanted to paint Derrick butt booty naked holding a papaya, I need you to get butt booty naked holding a papaya for me to paint it. Instead of just saying, can you draw this guy right here? And not only does that challenge consent, because as we've seen with Gronk on Twitter, Grok, whatever the fuck you call that piece of shit, it can generate anyone naked. That's really scary and really disgusting.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And if I want to make nude art,
Disgusting.
if I want to make nude art of someone, me, I need them to get nude in front of me.
It is a process.
And that can only happen with their consent, right? So it's okay. With AI, you don't need the person's consent to make them naked. You can just say, hey, Grok, can you take this person's clothes off? And the AI will generate a naked photo of them.
Or is it just like capable and people are
capable? We've seen it do it.
Yeah, but like, did they like?
I don't know if they've patched it or not, but it's capable. And that
patch notes, we need them.
That getting rid of that whole breaking down the barrier of consent for nude art is just disgusting. The worst part is Grok has done it to children before, and that is an awful, awful thing to happen. You know, the children one, I haven't seen it, but I've heard from word of mouth. That one I'm not sure of. But the fact that I heard it, I was like, oh man, that's stressful. I'm tired, bro. Don't tell me this. Don't tell me this.
I'm tired.
But yeah, the process is the way it is because it has been curated over hundreds of years. Well, fuck it. For some art forms, thousands of years of process. So let's just say, again, we decided we want to paint people nude. And then it became a whole process. Now, if you go to any art school, especially painting, you do have to actually paint someone naked. That's a thing you have to do. And the way it's set up is because people have done it for so many years that they decided the best way to do it is to do a room of people, and then there's one person in the middle, and they each draw different angles of the person. That's they decided because of all these years of trial and error. Now with AI, we need to do whole new years of trial and error to figure out how we're going to implement people needing to consent, how we implement, and that is just a process that, first of all, I'm not even willing to sit through, because why would we sit here and let's just give AI a chance to learn, give AI a chance to learn. We're giving AI a chance to learn when we already have human-made art, which is better, which gives jobs, which is real art because it's expressive and has already been put through thousands of years of trial and error. Now we have to do the same thing for AI when it's like no one even wants it in the first place.
Yeah.
Not only is it, and that's to say, not only is it immoral, not only is it not real art, it's also bad. It's also bad, and we have to put in a lot of effort for it to be good. Why are we wasting that time and money on making it good when art is already good? Man-made art is already good. Just let it die.
Yeah,
if it's bad, let it die. No one cares. All right, getting back into things. We was laughing too much. Getting back into things.
I'm so interested in what you're gonna say now.
No, I'm gonna say it. I remember.
Oh, you remember?
So yeah, obviously. So I went to the Van Gogh Museum because we were talking about Van Gogh and his struggles.
Right.
I went to the Van Gogh Museum, right? And you'll find this really interesting. The way the museum is set up is a whole section of it is set up through different parts of his life. So that you can go and see each year and you get a description of where he was when he was painting it, what he was doing. He said, this painting is of Montmartre in France. This is where he lived. And he would come outside every day and paint like this. And you could see the way the seasons would affect the field and all that kind of stuff. And you had to see different parts of his life. You can see his art style change depending on his mentality, depending on his mental health struggles. You could see the art style change and the way he views the world and the colors that he uses. And you could never get that with AI. You can never get this whole, because AI, first of all, AI doesn't have mental illness. So you can never get that whole perspective of it. AI doesn't understand
viruses.
AI it draws a virus. So we can kind of get an understanding of it.
Yeah.
No, but
a virus on a firewall.
It can't draw these things that give you a deeper understanding of how it is feeling. Again, it has no expression. Yeah. That's just what I wanted to say, because again, when you go through the Van Gogh Museum, it's just different parts of his life, different years. It tells you he was near death. Well, he didn't know he was near death. He was shot. But it was like he was nearing his death at this point, and he was a lot more calm than he used to be. Or in this part, he was in and out of mental institutions, so his paintings are a lot more erratic. And that's when we got the Starry Night, by the way. Like you see the way he's painting is not really normal. It's like, and just you don't get that with AI. First of all, it doesn't have backstories because it literally can't. It's not an expression of anything because it doesn't have experiences. It's just, there's a big nothing. It's a big nothing. And the worst part is, like I just said, it is actively bad right now. So we have to put in all this time, all this effort, all this money into making it good when it's never going to be able to reach the full length because it doesn't have expression. It doesn't have experiences.
And you could also just spend that time and money
on real artists like Ireland is doing. Shout out Ireland. We didn't bring it up last episode, but 2 episodes now that we brought it up. W Ireland for paying artists a base salary.
Yes.
Instead of spending
giving us our largest short.
Instead of spending all that money on stinky AI data centers, we could instead spend it on giving artists a base salary. Yay! Helping them make better art. Instead of spending it on teaching the AI how to do better art. Man, fuck you.
Humans made the world better. Why are we trying to replace?
I also think it's really curious that the first piece of man-made art is a hand. It was handprints in caves, and AI can't do hands. Isn't that really cool?
Bro literally can't do 1 + 1.
Isn't that really cool? The first thing that is man-made art, the first thing we did art-wise was hand paintings, and AI can't fucking replicate it. I think that's so poetic. Sometimes real life is better writing than the fiction. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a fact.
Getting into the last segment, and this is more of an excuse that I always hear, and I just want to dispel this whole excuse.
Okay.
I can't draw. I can't do this. I can't do that. So I need AI to do it for me because I'm a big baby.
Rise in the bag.
Like, I don't like to insult people on this podcast. I try and be quite respectful. If you're one of these people, you're a lobotomite. Like, I'm so serious. Like, fuck you. Like, fuck you. And you know the worst part is? That is, I apologize to people who suffered through lobotomies. Because that is an actual horrible experience that you went through. These people are just stupid because they're stupid. You know what I mean? Like, at least lobotomites, they went through a terrible experience. They were mutilated. That's why they can't. You can't think because you're dumb. Like, it's bad. Let me just put it like this. I can't draw. Learn how to draw. I think the best artists in the world were born shitting themselves the same way you were born shitting yourself. And yet they became amazing artists. Why? Because they sat down with their pen and they drew. They sat down with their brushes and they painted. They studied the films. They studied the clothes. They studied everything and they learned and they got better and they got good. I think I suck at movies right now. And I study it every day because one day I want to be a great director. Right now I'm not a great director. One day I want to be. So I study. And I don't just sit there and say, I don't know it. So I'm just going to AI generate. No, I sit down and I learn. Derrick, were you born a designer? No, because when we were growing up, you would wear your fucking neon clothes and your shitty, like, you used to dress like
I didn't wear that much neon.
You dressed like a bum.
I did.
Because everyone in middle school dressed like a bum. And you didn't sit there saying, well, I don't know how to dress. A ChatGPT is going to tell me how to make my outfits. No, you sat down, you learned about clothes, you learned about designers, you learned about materials, and you learned about certain looks, certain aesthetics, certain vibes. You said, I need to put a look together that resembles this aesthetic because this is what I'm feeling right now. You sat down and you learned about the thing that you wanted to do. And it is so infuriating to see people saying this. I'm like, you're a grown adult. You work a job. You understand that when you started your job, you had to train for the job, but you don't understand that to make art, you have to train. It's like they don't see, it's because at a base level, they don't see art as a job. They don't see art as a profession. They don't see art, they don't see it as anything further than this person just knows how to paint, huh?
Exactly.
Maybe because they don't understand the process. Growing up, I suck ass at painting. But I really like painting, so I try my hardest to currently improve it as much as I can. And I'm going to try until I get good at it. One day I will be good at painting. I don't love it enough where I'm going to pursue it as a profession or anything. Right. But one day I'm going to be good at it. Why? Because I do it often enough and I practice enough where I'm going to be good. I've never sat down and said, I've never generated art further than I'm going to fuck with my boys, so I'm asking AI to generate LeBron, like as a fucking penguin jumping through it. You know what I mean? Like, I've never taken AI art to do anything because I think it's stupid. I don't think it's representative of art. I don't think, like I've said, I don't think it has a soul. I don't think it has experiences. I don't think it can make art. And on top of that, I don't think it is a supplement for actually learning the craft. If you want to make art, if you want to draw, if you want to be an animator, if you want to paint, if you want to do anything, just learn it. Just learn it. And I know it's hard. It's going to take a long time. It's worth it. It's worth it. Would you rather 10 years pass you by and you took your time and you learned it and now you can do it, or 10 years pass you by and you're still sitting there in front of ChatGPT asking it to fucking generate? Like, come on.
And I mean, like you said, it goes with everything. It literally, it's like as if any skill in life, you just start at the top.
But for some reason they think at my job I had to train and learn it. But for some reason with art, you're just born with it.
Yeah,
No
you're just
one is
locked.
born with the ability to draw. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. People get good because they sat in class sketching on paper.
Yeah.
Like, and I've seen grown adults say, you know what, I want to pick up drawing. And then in like 5 years, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Because
It's that simple.
they practiced at it. But we want to use AI as like a supplement for actually learning. And I think it's making us dumber as a society.
Absolutely.
It's making us lazier. People always want to talk about fucking tung 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 sahur being brain rot. The real brain rot is using AI as a supplement for learning. It kind of already happened with the internet in general, where people started using websites and like certain as a supplement for actually going out and finding peer-reviewed work. I think it's important to question every source, even the biggest news outlets. Like The Guardian is massive, CNN is massive, Fox News is massive. You should question all of these sources, unless it is peer-reviewed by professionals. And the best part is, professionals disagree with professionals.
Yeah.
Almost everything is nuanced. So we are getting actively dumber because we're using Instagram posts as sources instead of actually trying to find peer-reviewed work. And then on top of that, we're getting even worse because now we're not even using Facebook and Instagram posts as sources. Now we're using generative AI as sources. And that's when you start to lose the plot a little bit. That's why I feel like AI art is worse, because instead of sitting down, learning the process, and then hearing other artists teach you certain techniques and stuff like that, you're asking an AI to generate it. If we go down this road, 500 years from now, no one's going to know how to draw. No one's going to know how to paint.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to be fucking generating AI.
I feel like when it comes to because you said some things there that I overly. This is just like the episode where like I have all the strong opinions. Like fuck me, this isn't typically how this goes. I feel like I'm not gonna get super deep into that because I have a very strong opinion on how people come to conclusions and like what's wrong with certain things. Say social media. Say how people again get to those conclusions. I'm not gonna get super deep into that. What I will say is that is probably and I was talking to Freddie about this, my artist. That's one of the things that I agree with most that I think I've ever heard. I think when it comes to no, genuinely, like that's one of the realest things you have ever fucking said.
Holy glaze. Not my bad. I appreciate
I have again, I'm not gonna get super into it because
Should I go outside and tell the dog?
huh? Oh, bro, fuck you.
Let's just tell the dog and it'll walk in. It'll walk straight to its owner once it hears it.
Nah, bro, but it sucks because there's so many people and a lot of people within our generation that like they just don't think for themselves, and that's the main problem. And again, I'm not gonna get super deep into it, but the general consensus of what I agree with you is that when it comes to social media, when it comes to making things easy, when it comes to not wanting to do things, and when it comes to specifically how people grow up and how people view certain things, they like I feel like we're getting. I mean, usage is generally getting dumber. I don't say that much, even though I agree. I like to put it as like exactly that. People just aren't thinking that much for themselves because they're not conscious about how they do certain things. We're not conscious about how we use social media. So then what happens, right? We sit down and then for the next 10 weeks, everything that's circulating in the media, unless you have a group of 10 people, bro, over the next 10 weeks, if social media is their whole fucking personality, they're gonna have 3 conversations. They're gonna be talking all day, but they're gonna have 3 conversations. Think about that. Think about that. Because they're just gonna be regurgitating the same fucking shit all fucking day. And this doesn't necessarily only happen with social media. What it used to happen with before social media was gossip. No one likes gossip except for the people who gossip. And guess what? You take a group of girls, say, right, the stereotypical girls in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and they're gossiping, and that's all they do. So then over the course of 10 weeks, they have 3 actual conversations, but they're talking all day. And right now it's getting even worse because of social media. And that is stunting a lot of people's growth. And 2, it's seeping everywhere. And so obviously that's why we're here talking about it in the art world, because it has seeped into the art world and it's gonna keep seeping into the art world until somebody fucking does something about it. There's a thing that I was talking to about our boy Logan. If y'all remember her from that episode.
Go check it out.
I
Great guy.
I have zero worry that your art or my art is ever really gonna fail. And like Logan's art, like is ever gonna fail. Why? Because people say, oh, it's so saturated or this or that. What I like to say to that is good art is never oversaturated.
That's true.
And if you look at it, there's a million people talking. And no one's fucking saying anything. And then the 10 people that are actually making things and making real art, people look at these guys and they're like, oh, everything that we've just said means fucking nothing because Tomas just put out a movie. Shut up and let's go watch it. And then we have a real
There's
conversation.
a billion movies, but there's one Christopher Nolan.
And then we actually say something. You know what I mean? One of the, and I was talking to Freddie about this as well. One of the biggest things, one of the smallest changes that created a huge change for me was being conscious about what I intake. You know what I mean? So I'm constantly trying to learn about art, and people don't care that much about that. And why I mentioned earlier about how people growing up is because of this. Because people grow up and they don't care, or they start to lose care, and then unfortunately, that's when we get to, oh, let me just use AI for this. Because I grew up and I lost passion and I lost intrigue and I lost my like being me being an inquisitive young person, and now I don't really care that much and I'm already cool at my job, so I don't need any other skills. So now I'm stagnant and I'm just gonna use AI for everything.
Okay. I want to add a
And
few,
that fucks
I wanna add
everybody
a few
up.
things there. I want to talk about Logan for a second, just
Okay.
real quick. I'm glad that you brought him up. If you go watch the Logan episode, hear the way he talks about clothes, hear the way he talks about just art in general. You know that he does his research.
Mhm.
You know that he actually cares about what's behind it. He's not going to sit there generating bullshit because
Yeah.
he actually
Like,
cares about what he talks about. He talks about it with a certain amount of gravity. He talks about it with it's not just like, I like clothes. It's like actually like he
yeah.
sits down and he'll explain to you the whole process and he'll tell you about his backstory and his life. And you're like, this guy loves what he does.
Mhm.
That's the first thing. Second thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about university and college. One of
Mhm.
the best things that college has done for me, and I've heard this is a unanimous statement I've heard from almost anyone that's ever gone to college or university. One of the best things it does for you is teach you that if a source is not peer reviewed, if professionals did not look it over, it does not matter.
Mhm.
It does not matter. No professor is going to accept non-peer reviewed work. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And
That's a
that is,
fact.
and it's annoying sometimes.
Naturally.
But looking actually at it from a real point of view, not just like I've turned this in like an actual real life, it's good. It teaches you that yes, anyone can make a fucking article on the internet and say whatever they want. Not everyone can get the professionals of the certified professionals of the field to come in and say this is facts.
Yeah.
So therefore, I think that's a great thing it teaches you, and I hope all of you can take that away and be like, you know what? Yeah, when I'm talking on things, I want to have peer reviewed. I want to make sure that I have good sources. That's the second thing. Third thing I wanted to say was, I love the art world. I think the art world in general has not let AI, has not let brain rot, has not let any of it touch it truly.
Mhm.
I think artists are one of the biggest groups against AI, against dumbing everything down. Artists are very, because art has always been the cornerstone of revolution, has always been the cornerstone of um just like beliefs. You know what I mean? Like if you have
Yes.
strong beliefs, probably love art, and your art will probably reflect your strong
Yeah,
beliefs.
most likely.
And that's why they are always so against any level of stagnation. They're always against any level of control over the art. They're like anything like that, anything bad, they're usually opposed to it. They're like, no, we're not here
Yeah.
for this. We're not going to stand for this. If there's something negative, we're not here. And that's the feeling that they've been given towards AI. They've been pushing AI back a lot. Like you said, you don't see a lot of industries pushing back on AI. Art based industries have been pushing back on AI
Yeah.
hard. And you could always respect that. That's how you know AI are the bad guys. I just want to throw that out there. But it's obviously not that simple. We do need to talk more about it.
No,
And that's
of
what this
course, of
episode's
course,
all
of
about.
course.
But that should give you an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love the art community for that. And I'm just glad to be a part of it.
I agree. I think, bro, like, and to touch also on how people grow as we're growing, and as I've seen, like a lot of years, just age wise,
Because
right?
context, we're both young. We're like
Bro, we're young.
we graduated high school like
Yeah.
a year ago. We're like 19. So this guy's about to be 20.
Bro, you're not far yet.
I'm far. I'm
You're
way
not
far.
far,
Bro,
bro.
I'm like 3 months after you.
You're 2 months, bro.
2 months, 2 long months. Because
2 long months,
bro.
What?
I'm at the end of August. 2 long months.
Or
But
2.5 months, bro. It's nothing.
a half.
2.5.
2 and basically a whole month. I'm on the
No,
last
I'm
day
in
of
the middle
August.
of June and you're at the end.
Oh yeah, you're not. I think we're at the beginning of June.
I'm at the middle of June.
See, we're still learning things about each other. 10 years into the friendship, we're still learning things about each other. See, that's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful, y'all? But yeah,
that
2
was fucked
long
up.
months separate. So we're young. So a lot of our peers in the artistic world haven't done shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And seeing them start to do shit is
Bro,
really
it's
fucking
sick.
beautiful, bro. Like, I'm not gonna throw him out there just in case, but we got a boy. I've been seeing him post a lot recently. You probably know who I'm talking about. He's been reposting our stuff. I don't want to throw him out there just
Oh,
in case.
yes.
But
Yes.
they've been
My
posting
brother.
a lot recently, and I'm like, this dude locked in, yo. And he
Yeah.
talking about some real ass shit.
I actually
So-
love that you brought him up. Sorry to cut you off.
Do
'Cause
you want to talk? Do you want to talk about him, or do you think he'd be cool with it?
I just wanted to get a point out real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Because this is kind of where I was going with
Next
the
guest.
growth. Bro, you fucking, oh my God. This is actually amazing that you fucking brought him up. He fits it perfectly. Like I was saying, bro, as we're growing up, bro, he won't mind. It's our boy Leo.
Okay.
He's a great fucking
Yeah.
guy. Genuinely an amazing fucking person. I met him in high school, and he's just an amazing fucking person. I've worked with him before. He's on my Instagram. Yeah.
Throw up his Instagram, just like
Yeah,
a shout out.
yeah.
Throw up his Instagram. He posts some real ass shit, y'all. He posts some real ass shit. I'm not gonna lie.
But-
if you sit down and listen to what he's saying, it's like
Yeah. But
modern day philosopher.
the point of that is, and this is kind of gonna tie everything that I've set up until this point together.
Mm.
When you look at the process that people don't really understand, when you look at how people grow up and what they consume over time and how people change over time, because again, we're young, we're changing, bro. Everyone, like I said earlier, you're not gonna relate to Google. Google it can't be vulnerable. Literally
100%.
impossible for it to be vulnerable. And our boy, he's been doing that. He's been talking about real life shit. And bro, art is vulnerable. I think the best thing that has happened to me within the last year, the number one takeaway that I've learned is to be cool with that and be comfortable with that. And in my opinion, I sometimes hate, especially recently, that a lot of people feel like they can't talk about certain things. Because in my opinion, bro, some of the most amazing things that I've thought up and that I've experienced has come from negative moments. And I love the idea of being vulnerable and sitting down and having this conversation and just letting everything out, because that's then where you find that's where the diamond is going to be born.
The best art is born through truly naked vulnerability.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, you have to strip
when
everything.
when an artist truly strips every defense, every shield, and they show you who they truly are as a person in their heart, that's where the best art comes from.
That is literally the reason 8 Mile was such a good movie.
Because it is just so. The best art is art that you're passionate about, right? I'm pretty sure, I don't remember the exact quote, but Martin Scorsese actually said something along those lines. By the way, Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
But the best art is the art that you're passionate about. It's just, it is. That's obvious. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
But what does passion really mean? A lot of people don't understand that you're obviously going to be more passionate about things that are just vulnerable, things that make you hurt inside.
Yeah.
Those are the things you're most passionate about. And being able to say, this might make me look a little bad. This might not make me look like a strong, masculine individual.
Yes, the lion,
the lion.
Like...
The lion does unspeakable things, y'all. Those memes were something else.
No,
those
they
memes
were
were something
peak.
else.
They were
But
kinda peak.
the lion, you're like,
yeah, bro.
the super masculine. But
like,
it might make you look weak, but at the end of the day, being vulnerable is what makes real fucking beautiful ass shit. The beautiful ass shit.
And I'd even go to the contrary. I think when you look at a guy like, and I keep bringing up Kendrick Lamar, but he's a really good example.
Mr. Morale.
Bro, when you look at Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, bro, this guy is a fucking Chanel ambassador. He had the biggest years of his life because he's still going.
To unspeakable things in that album, bro.
This guy, that is, and for me personally, that album, bro, I listened to it not when it came out, but at a very critical point for me personally, bro. That's really where I started thinking this way. That, bro, I had to sit there and think. I was like, this guy's mid-30s. This guy's pushing 40, and he's sitting here talking about how he's learning, changing, grieving, not over death, but just over personal shit. I was like, yo, I didn't even because, you know, of where I was at, and, you know, we were so young, I didn't really ever think of that. And then I listened to it, I was like, oh shit, this changed my mainframe completely.
Let me put this. Mr. Morale is not a unanimously beloved album.
No.
So, but it's a great example, but it's not a unit. So I'm gonna use an album that people
It's
actually.
a very good album.
It's a very good album. People don't understand. But let's I'll use an album that people do actually love, so we can get the point across a little better.
Yeah.
Again, I love your example. It's just some people.
They're like, oh.
Uh,
Also,
but,
they're Kendrick haters.
Yeah. Let's talk about Tyler, man. Let's talk about what I consider to be his 3 best projects, back to back to back. All 3 of them are incredibly vulnerable.
I actually don't know.
albums.
I don't know if you're going more. Okay, never mind.
I'm going. Actually, 4 back. His 4 best projects back to back to back. All of them are extremely vulnerable albums. Where let me play this. Igor's my favorite album of all time. The character Tyler plays in Igor is actively the bad guy in the album.
Mm-hmm.
He is in the wrong. He is the bad person of the album.
Very wrong.
He still sits there and he still says, "This is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am wrong. I am a weird little sidekick, basically, of this album." That's why the album's called Igor. I'm a weird little sidekick guy, and I'm doing things that are wrong, and I am like, I have an unhealthy relationship with this person where I'm basically in the wrong again, like I've said 1,000 times. And he still says, "This is me, this is who I am, this is my album." Boom. Chromacopia. He literally admits to, because I'm gonna use a term because y'all are loving on it right now. He admits to being a LARPer on Chromacopia throughout certain parts. Where he's like, I say things, but they're not true. That's not who I actually am.
Okay.
On songs like Mask Off.
I'm still getting hip to the LARP term.
The whole end section of Mask Off is him being like, yeah, bro, I'm just wrong. Like all the shit I say I am, I'm not actually. You know what I mean? But that's what a LARPer is, someone who pretends to be what they're saying.
Yeah. I just haven't gotten experience to pick up on it immediately.
Flower Boy, he went from, again, as y'all know, in the hip hop community, being gay is not like super popular. Yeah. And in Flower, especially when Flower Boy came out, and he's coming out and he's like, yeah, bro, he's like that.
That's the dude.
He's the dude. And then people sat there and they're like, it's beautiful. Yeah. Because his best work did not come from when he was doing his early work where it was vulnerable, but it wasn't like him not having a dad. Was he ever really like that shielded towards it? No, he was day one. He was like, I don't got a dad, bro. Everyone knows it. But he was when he was truly vulnerable was when he started admitting things that he hadn't before, things that he was maybe trying to hide, things that he didn't want people to know. I mean, even in again, Call Me If You Get Lost. He is the bad guy. He is the other man. And he is still sitting there talking about, yes, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I do. Yeah. And it's like, dang, I'm looking at you a little weird for being the other man. I don't agree. I don't think cheating is good. But the fact that he's able to reflect and show this aspect, and then he makes amazing art off of it. So the best art comes from truly vulnerable places. AI can't do that. AI isn't vulnerable. AI doesn't have, it doesn't have any of this. AI doesn't have experiences. AI doesn't have shame. AI doesn't have feelings. AI doesn't have, it can't.
It's never had orange
art.
Juice.
It's never had orange juice. It might have had apple juice. That's terrible ass juice.
Yeah, probably. But it's never woken up.
Apple juice is spiritually AI. My bad, yo, my bad.
But bro, it's never woken up. It doesn't know what a sunny day feels like. It doesn't know what apple juice tastes like. It doesn't know what
a terrible day feels like.
Come on, bro.
Which is just probably even more important.
Come on, bro.
AI has never experienced racism. It's never experienced sexism. It's never experienced oppression of any kind. It's never experienced a bad day. It's never been cheated on. It's never been raped. It's never been nothing bad has ever happened to this AI where then it could tell you about the experience and have a shared experience with millions across the world. That's what makes a movie like Sinner so amazing. Is a shared experience. People could sit down and say, I am of this culture and this movie hits me because I am of this culture and I feel represented. AI can't represent you because you're not an AI. AI doesn't consume AI anyways. So the only people that are consuming AI are people that can't actually relate to it. I think the people that like AI art like art at such a surface level that they can't actually sit down and understand why the other people hate it.
Exactly.
The people that hate AI are usually the people that make art or have a deep care towards it. Meanwhile, the people that love it are people that are just like, they sit on Twitter like fucking 70 years old. They've never like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They just don't care about it.
I feel like it's not until it gets like really, really serious where it's like, oh, your mom died? Let me just give you an AI mom. Oh, then it's a problem. Then you're going to be like, wait, no, this is a robot.
I actually heard about that.
No, what?
Where someone, a company offered... There's a company that was like offering to replicate someone's mom's voice who died. Yeah.
I just threw that out there. I didn't.
Yeah, well, it wasn't like his mom was being replaced. It's more like they offered to like synthesize her voice so we could hear her. And he made a whole video being like, it can't synthesize his voice because it doesn't understand the intentions behind her words.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yes.
It was a speech, by the way. He went off. He was like, oh, dude, it was a speech. It was awesome.
But that's, I mean, that's obviously very extreme, but like to an extent, like they just don't get it. But then if I say again, I'm gonna just kill your mom and then I'm gonna give you an AI mom, isn't that a problem? Okay, so you making a fucking AI painting and putting it next to the any Van Gogh piece is a problem.
Yeah.
Respect that, please.
'Cause
And if not, my elbow's gonna go through your nostrils.
Again, Van Gogh, when you look at a Van Gogh painting, it's not just like, Van Gogh's such a beautiful example. You look at Van Gogh and it's like, it's not, I don't like this painting because it's beautiful. I like this painting because it's beautiful and because it was painted inside of a mental institution.
Yeah.
Like there was a story behind it. People don't like Roman sculptures just because, look, it's a Roman sculpture. It's because it represents a time that's been lost.
Yes.
An empire that's
and even
gone,
on the surface, the most surface level, people are like, oh, that's cool.
That's old.
Yeah, that's old. And it's cool because of that.
Like,
and then like that's the thing that fucking throws me for a loop is like, some people are like, yo, this is so cool. This was, again, like the Napoleon thing. Like if somebody that doesn't really care much, it's like, oh, that's cool. Like I've heard of that guy.
By the way,
that's
Derrick,
cool.
Even if you take away the Napoleon, it's so important. You take away the Napoleon part, it is still a painting that is the size of a fucking wall. It is massive. I felt tiny standing next to that painting. Not only was it beautiful, but it was massive. And then on top of that, you had the story to it. It's like,
yeah,
it makes it, and that's what makes it a masterpiece that's in the Louvre.
Yeah, I feel like it's all about framing. Because when I went to the museum in Puerto Rico, they also had one. Probably, I won't say the most beautiful painting I've ever seen, but top 3. And it also took up the whole wall. And it had, like devil inflictions. It had people dancing, people crying, people dying. It had animals. It was dark. It had some light. It was beautiful. And it's like, I feel like I feel like since we care about it so much, we feel insulted and we can see it to the smallest detail, right? It's like just this candle next to this candle and we can tell the difference between the candles. I feel like it isn't until you put like the painting that's this this side of the wall and then another painting that was made by AI on that side of the wall that people are going to be annoyed. It's not until you tell them, oh, just AI your mom's voice, that people are going to be annoyed because now they understand.
Everyone should be forced to take a humanities class so they can really understand. Get an appreciation.
I mean, depending on the university you go to, but most people are.
Nah, but you should be forced to, so you can sit down and really get an understanding of why art matters.
Yeah, but even then, some people don't care.
People will be like, art doesn't matter. It's not a real job. And then they get home and they watch Netflix and listen to music. And it's like everything you enjoy about your life is art. Everything that you don't like about your life isn't art. It's just this, it's just that. Then they consume it on a day-to-day basis. It's like their whole life.
It makes no sense.
If art didn't exist, if you're someone that's like, hey, this doesn't really matter, it doesn't add anything to my life, you thinking art doesn't add anything to your life is ridiculous. Because if art didn't exist, you'd probably kill yourself. If you just had to go to work, go home, and you can't.
Yeah, think about that.
First of all, you can't live in a house because a house is architecture. You have to live in like a block that has no color in it. You can't wear clothes because you can't wear clothes because clothes is artistic. You'd have to just wear like, I don't even know what would they wear.
Loincloths.
No, because loincloths are pretty cool. They're artistic.
No, but at least they have some, like, it's more utilitarian on the spectrum.
You'd have to wear you'd literally have to live everything utilitarian. You can't watch TV. You can't all you do is consume art.
And you have like 2 of everything. You have 2 bowls, 2 forks. That's it.
Art is the best part of most people's lives.
Yeah.
Art is the best part of most people's lives, and they want to discredit it so bad. Yeah. Yet they sit down and they spend all their day consuming art. So don't discredit art. Don't discredit artists. And AI is just like,
yeah.
That's the message at the end of the day. AI is bad, and why is AI bad? We gave you a bunch of examples. We gave you a bunch of ideas.
And we can go all day.
But to really look at the core of each of the issues we brought up is it has no experiences. It can't create art because art is the expression of one's experiences. AI does not have experiences to express. It has no experiences to express. Therefore, what AI makes is not art. When you look at the whole loss of jobs, why do we care about artists losing jobs? The AI, the artist, is getting a new job. The AI isn't an artist. The AI isn't getting a job because it doesn't make art. It can't make art. When you look at the whole learning, I don't want to learn how to make art. I just want to use AI. We are actively being robbed of an artist because you are not sitting down and learning. We are being robbed of someone that could be a great painter because instead of sitting down and painting, they're using this tool that is sucking the life out of what's being made because it has no life to put into it.
Yeah, it's disgusting, And again, I think
it covers all of these topics.
Yeah, I think nothing's ever gonna really change unless people seek to understand it and find parallels. Like for example, like and again, we could go all day, but maybe I think this might be my best example this episode of like things that people you're like general people will understand.
Mm.
We have this place near here called Tomato Joe's. Think about your local mom and pop restaurants. Think about the little spot that you like to go to, whether it be a library, whether it be a park, whether it be a restaurant that's locally owned, whether it be a place that you buy off online, whether it be the artist that you see. Bro, imagine if those things just disappeared or became
Replaced by
robots
AI.
or became robots.
Pizza.
I think yeah.
Pizza GPT, bro.
I think that's definitely my best example. So maybe those of you that may have clicked on this video and aren't are newcomers, or maybe that don't really care all that much about art, or maybe don't understand that much. That's kind of how it feels to us. Like
Yeah.
you think about it, you literally won't ever be able to go out to that spot that you go to every weekend with your wife or your kids, your family alone. You can't go to that park ever again. That's kind of how we see it. We can't go anywhere. We can't have fun. We can't smile about anything. We can't
watch
fucking do anything.
movies
We can't
because
watch
they're gonna
movies,
be
bro.
AI movies. And
Like,
you can't
everything I
film
wear, like I'm
paintings.
just gonna start wearing a loincloth.
Just
Like,
bring AI.
so yeah, I just that's definitely my last example.
Derrick, AI designed clothes.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
All right, but
I hate it.
just want to wrap up. I think that was a good place to leave it.
Yeah,
We've been doing shorter episodes. Let us know if y'all fuck with it heavy.
yeah,
I do want to say just at the end, projects in the works, man.
bro.
Both of us, projects
Shit
in the
going on.
works. I have a lot of projects in the works. Derrick has a lot of projects in the works. You'll see those soon enough. Check out our Instagram. Check out our TikTok. If you watched it on YouTube, watch it on Spotify. Watch it on Spotify. Watch it on YouTube. If you want to see any guests return to the new set that were on the old set, let us know. If you know someone that knows us and you're like, hey, bring them on.
Yeah.
Ask us.
Yeah,
Let them know.
Let us know.
But yeah, hope you have a good day. Hope you continue to boycott AI. Boycott everything that uses AI. Love y'all. Stay safe out there.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.